everyone, this is Jessica of Into the Warren. Welcome back to my channel. I have gotten a few new subscribers this week and I'm really excited that there are more people wanting to watch and that people have been liking my videos and sending me comments and feedback, so I really appreciate all that. And I'm just like shocked that people want to listen to me talk, because you know what? Here at home that doesn't happen very often, and a lot of times at school when I'm teaching 500 kids K through 5, they don't always want to listen to me either. So it's a nice fresh life I'm living right now. But all jokes aside, I miss my kids so much. I mean, there are days where you're like teaching and the kids are bouncing off the wall and it seems like they're just in some other world, and no matter what you say, they're just gonna do whatever. And you get, this was my first year teaching, and you get like, oh my gosh. But then when you have quarantine and you don't see your kids and they're sending you artwork online, but it's not the same. And it's like, I don't care if it's like the worst day of school and the worst behaviors, I don't care, give me my kids back. And that's how I'm feeling right now, especially as I'm cleaning the art room and, you know, going through papers and artwork and stuff. Makes me kind of nostalgic and sad. And but the good news is I'll be able to teach next year, so they want me back, so I must be doing something okay. And so we get to start next year. Hopefully we get to go back into the building soon and everything will be okay. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to talk to you about some happenings that are going on around here. So my kitchen, as you can see here, is a bit of a mess. I've been dyeing yarn this morning, so you can kind of see like the pot, and I actually, look at my hands. I actually got a steam pan and it came this morning, so I got to use it. And I feel like when you dye yarn, if you're like watching dyers talk about dyeing, they always miss this one important fact. And that fact is that when you dye yarn with heat and vinegar, and I'm using merino wool, I haven't dyed any other types of fibers yet, your house will smell like sheep butts for probably a good 3 to 4 hours after. Like, it smells like you just hard-boiled eggs or something, but it's like sheepy, and so my house kind of smells like that. So yeah, but you know, it's all worth it because you get beautiful yarn when you're done. So first thing I want to show you, I got stuff to show you. This is food coloring. This is not acid dye, so don't worry. I'm not touching acid dye with my bare hands. I ordered 15 different colors from Dharma acid dyes, and it is still yet to be shipped. They said 10 days, like they're 10 days behind. I think we're coming up on 10 days, but I'm impatient, so I've been Kool-Aiding and food coloring-ing some yarn. But we'll get into that in a second. But let me go with the whips first. So first thing, I have been working on this sweater that I showed, I think, last time I showed it to you. And I'm getting there. This is with Sock Hill Farms squished peach? Yeah, squashed peach. And it's a single ply, DK weight. And this is how far I have gotten. So as you can see, the white thread, that's where you cast on your stitches for the sleeves. But I have gotten to the body, and I am about, I think I have like 8 centimeters to go, and then the body, and then I have to do some short rows, and then maybe there's a garter stitch border at the bottom, I don't remember. But right now I'm just doing stockinette stitch all the way around. So as you can see, there's about 5 bazillion, gazillion, quadrillion stitches on this. And this sweater is going to be like super warm. And so I think I'm going to do 3/4 sleeves. I was thinking like what length sleeves I want. I think 3/4, because it's already a heavy sweater, like my husband was saying to me, he suggested. you're only gonna wear this one on a cooler day anyway. So I'm gonna do 3/4 sleeves because I roll up my sleeves constantly anyway, so might as well just do 3/4 length. And yeah, and this yarn has been interesting to work with. I learned a lot about natural fibers. I learned about spit splicing, and if you don't know what that is, you should look it up. It's pretty cool. Like, if you run out of yarn on a ball, then you get a new ball of yarn and you take the two ends and you put them in your mouth, and it has to be saliva, it can't be water. I don't know why. Enzymes, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, then you take the two ends and you rub them like this, or you can rub them on your clothes, and the friction and the spit combines the fibers, and it's like it was never broken into two pieces. It's so amazing and magical. So anyway, I learned that. And the single ply yarn is very, because it's hand spun, it's like you can see like the texture of the stitches and all that. It's very rustic and cool. Now, I have heard that single ply yarn does pill more than other yarns, but I'm not really that worried about it. Pilling doesn't bother me. I wanted it to be a natural, really like cool sweater, and I'm all right with however it ends up. And you know what? If it gets real thin, I'll put a patch on it. It's cool. I'm an art teacher. I can wear whatever. I can be a weirdo. It's fine. So anyway, I really like it. My goal is to finish it by the end of May because I want to do one sweater per month, and I already know what my next sweater is going to be, so I'm very excited. And that is my whip. Now, my red shawl I have not really worked on, so it's not worth showing you. But when it is, I will show you for sure. Also, I'm having a bad hair day. I know y'all are really surprised. I didn't even brush my hair. So luckily I make hats a lot. Okay, now into the yarn dyeing awesomeness that I've been doing. The last video you saw was my Seaplane City dyeing video. And let me show you if you haven't seen it yet. Here is a skein of that. Excuse my hand-dyed fingers. This is Seaplane City. It is made with Kool-Aid and food coloring. It is a DK 100% superwash merino fiber, and it is really the first hand-dyed yarn I've done on bare yarn. So there you go. It was a fun experience, and I was like, I really want to see what it looks like when you knit it. And I had a pattern, I want to say it's called the Birches Cowl, and it's by Wonderland Yarns. I got it from a local yarn shop, the pattern, but I'm not using their yarn, I'm using mine. And so I rolled my hank into a ball, and I started working on that cowl. So let me show you how this yarn works up. So here is the cowl so far. I've got a little ways to go, but I guess the goal of this pattern is to make this look like almost like birch trees. Now this hasn't been blocked, so once it's blocked it will kind of open up, but that is kind of like the idea, that this is like birch trees. And I am pretty excited about how the yarn looks. I think it looks really pretty. There's some striping in there, which is kind of cool. I don't know, I think it's really pretty. So I'm excited about that and how it's looking. So yeah, the Birches cowl. So that's, I guess, another whip with my yarn. So I'm gonna put that aside. Sorry, I don't have a lot of table space. I'm in the kitchen, you know. All right, then I was gonna wait for the dyes, the acid dyes to come in, and like I said, it's a 10-day delay or longer, I don't know. And I had all this bare yarn, and I was just like dying to like make this Brook colorway that I wanted to make. And I actually was gonna film it for you, but then my phone ran out of storage because I have like 6,000 pictures on it, because it's basically since Brook was born up until she's almost 2 years old. So I take pictures of her like every day, and it's just filled with pictures. So I need to like do some, now I have printed a lot of them on actual like photo paper, so I can delete them. but it's just, you know, the time you have to put in to delete photos. So anyway, I could just pay the 99 cents and get extra iCloud storage, so I might do that. But anyway, I was like, I'm gonna do the Brook colorway. And I think I told you, my vision was that it needed to have yellow in it for sure, because she loves yellow so very much. I mean, obsessed. Like, she thinks like yellow, she's almost 2. She thinks yellow is like a person, like an actual being. And she says, hi, yellow, and she kisses anything yellow, and she wants to carry yellow blocks. She's just so into yellow. And it's really cute. Actually, I was kind of worried when she first started doing it, but then I like asked the pre-K preschool director about it, because she's very knowledgeable about child development, and she was kind of laughing, and she's like, it's okay. So, but anyway, she loves yellow. She's also very, very energetic. She's very wild. She likes being outside. She likes warm weather. She's totally different than I am. She must get it all from her dad. But I wanted something really happy and warm and fun for her colorway. So I used food coloring and Kool-Aid and did some mixing and some scientific experiments here, and I created the Brook colorway. So I have some yellows, I have like a pinkish orange, I have some pink speckling, but this is what I came up with. I didn't want it to be too crazy that it would look kind of bizarre as a garment, because I'm thinking I dyed enough where, and I wrote the recipes down for everything. I want enough to where I can make her something that she can wear. And her birthday is in June, so I'm contemplating what exactly I'm going to be doing. I might do like some sort of short sleeve or sleeveless top or dress or something for that's not too hot. But again, these are merino 100% superwash in DK weight. And there you have it. I'm very proud of these. I think they're very pretty. Okay, then the next thing is, as an art teacher, I love art. I know you're surprised, but my favorite artist is Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo was a Mexican artist who was married to Diego Rivera, who is also a famous artist. Their marriage was very up and down. Diego had cheated on her a lot. Frida liked both men and women, and would kind of like, she would get back at him for his actions by going out with girls and boys and all of those kinds of things. So it was like a very unhealthy and toxic relationship. But Diego Rivera was also an amazing artist, and so I respect him in that way. Frida, she was very much a free spirit. She had kind of a sad life. She got into a really bad bus accident when she was younger. She had some health issues. She couldn't have children as much as she tried. So some of her artwork is really sad and symbolic of the life that she had. And I love her, and I love everything about her. I mean, I've even tattooed her on my arm. So there is a painting of her and Diego that she painted where she's wearing a red shawl and a green dress. I'm gonna put it right here. And you can see the colors. He has like a gray suit and a blue undershirt, and there's like browns and tans. So I really wanted to create a colorway that was inspired by this painting, and, you know, yeah, call it Frida Diego. So here is what I came up with. I'm just going to show you a couple because I have 5. But now I'm not the best skein wrapper, you know what I mean? So it's a little unevenly wrapped. But you can see here I have reds, golds, greens, some spots of blue that represent Diego in that painting. Basically, I used brown and gold food coloring to dye, and then over dyed with some reddish orange. I dyed one end a green, like a leaf green, and did some speckling of blues and reds. See if I can show you all of them. So these are all of them together, and again, they're not wrapped great, but these all go together. And I like earth tones. I like, you know, green. I like golds. I'm not really a bright color person, so like I said, I'm very different than Brookie, but I think that this will make a really pretty sweater as well, like a pullover. These are 100% superwash merino Aran weights. So my plan is to use these for some sort of garment as well. I'm interested to see how this will work up. And yeah. And then the last thing, what I dyed today. So these were cooling as I'm doing this video. I am making a colorway that is called August Fields. My birthday's in August. And the flower for August is a poppy. And it's a warm, summery time of year. And so I used some red, orange, and some pinks, and some leaf green, although it's brighter on camera, and some speckling. I used my steam pan for the first time today, doing 5 skeins of this yarn. Now I wanted to blend the red and green a bit, just to give it a little earthiness to it. So that's where those meet. Here's the other one. Now I have some drying outside. I had to do these in batches because there were 5. But when I'm done with this video, I'm going to wash these and hang them up to dry. And I really love how in Florida it's so hot right now. When I put that yarn out on the drying rack, it dries within maybe 2 hours. It's like bone dry. So it's been pretty quick getting those off the drying rack. So where do I go from here? I have a business license, and I have 2 DBAs doing business as names. One is Into the Warren, and one is Redbird Malas. Redbird Malas is a business where I have created meditation jewelry. You can call them prayer beads, you can call them mala beads. They are strands of beads that a lot of yoga practitioners carry with them and use to meditate. And I used to be really big into making mala beads, and I still have some that I sell from time to time, but I haven't done it in a little while. And so I had a business license for that, but I added Into the Warren under that business as well. So what I've done is I have gotten a wholesale account to buy bare yarn at a slight discount, and I ordered a whole bunch, and it's already shipped and on its way, which I love it, but I still have to wait for my acid dyes. Now I may sell some of my food coloring and Kool-Aid yarn because I'm pretty confident that it's long lasting. I mean, there's no bleeding. I've make sure that I'm doing it the correct way because I still want high quality. And there's nothing wrong with food coloring and Kool-Aid dye. Dye is dye. The only difference is acid dyes are meant for fiber. And I am confident in whatever tools I use, they're going to be done the right way. But I would like to get into the acid dyes to have more options of colors and shades and things like that. So I'm eager to get those in the mail, but all that to say is I've ordered yarn, and I think I'm going to start, I have the whole summer off. I'm going to start dyeing yarn while my husband and my daughter, my husband's at work and my daughter's at daycare, dyeing yarn and selling it on Etsy as kind of like a side project. And I want them to be affordable, but also it's a great way to have just extra income come in and do something creative and fun while I'm home every single day. So that's the plan, and I hope that I get them soon, and then I will start putting some yarn that I've dyed up on my Etsy shop. And once that happens, I will share it with y'all. So if you want to buy any or use any for projects, you know, I have some available. And I'll probably post videos in the future of future dyeing projects once I get my phone kind of cleaned out a little bit, so that you guys can experience it and learn a little bit. But the best place to learn is Chemknits, the channel Chemknits, like chemistry. Rebecca, who is the person who runs that channel, she does experiments and tries all sorts of things with yarn and shows you step by step everything that she does. And I've probably watched 50 of her videos in the last like 2 or 3 weeks, and everything I know really is from her. So if you're interested in dyeing yarn, or just, and she does a lot of Kool-Aid and food dye, that's how she started. I suggest you go watch her because she has some really great tips, and it might help you avoid mistakes that you don't have to make because she's already made those mistakes. So I do suggest you go and check her out. I'll link her in the description. Outside of that, I think that's it for today. I have to do some virtual teaching observations because I'm finishing up one of my college courses that I need for my teaching, and other than that, grading some artwork online and finishing up this yarn, and that's about it. I hope to have a video again soon. If you have any questions, comments, please write them below. I love reading them. Please give this video a like if you liked it, and please subscribe to my channel. And if you know anyone who might be interested in learning more about dyeing yarn or knitting projects or crochet projects, please share my channel. It's growing. It's very little, which is fine. I would do videos for 2 people, 1 person. But, you know, I would love to reach more people. So I hope you have an awesome day. I hope you're having a good week, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.